The story of artificial intelligence is often told as a triumphant march, but hidden in the shadows are the ghosts of failed projects. These failures aren't just footnotes, they're the secret architects of the AI we know today. To understand our technological future, we must journey back into this hidden past. The history of AI has its own dark matter, unseen forces that shaped its evolution. Early pioneers dreamed of creating minds in boxes, but the path to intelligence was a labyrinth of dead ends. We celebrate breakthroughs, but what about the machines that failed spectacularly? These failures forced us to ask, what does it truly mean to think? The answers weren't found in triumphant code, but in the humbling wreckage of what went wrong. So let's pull back the curtain on this secret history. We'll explore the graveyards of abandoned ideas and listen to the echoes of broken promises. In these stories of failure, we find a deeper truth about the quest for artificial intelligence. It's a story of human ingenuity and limitation, and in understanding those limitations, we find the real key to unlocking the future. Our first stop is the late 1950s, when Frank Rosenblatt unveiled the perceptron, a machine designed to mimic a single neuron. The media was captivated, predicting machines that could think, see, and even be self-aware. The perceptron could distinguish shapes, and the future felt close. The military invested, hoping for machines that could recognize enemy targets. Researchers believed they'd found the building block of intelligence. Just connect more neurons and a brain would emerge. But in 1969, Minsky and Poppert's book Perceptrons exposed a fatal flaw. The single-layer perceptron couldn't solve the simple XOR problem. It couldn't tell if two inputs were different, a task a child could master. The revelation was devastating. Funding evaporated, and the dream of a simple path to intelligence was lost. The failure taught a crucial lesson. The brain's complexity couldn't be captured by simple connections. Intelligence was about intricate, layered relationships. The ghost of the perceptron haunted AI for years, a warning against oversimplification. But this failure would eventually inspire new approaches. Sometimes, the dead ends are just the beginning. The perceptron story is a reminder. Progress is never as simple as it seems. Every breakthrough stands on the shoulders of forgotten failures. The perceptron's failure was just the start of a long, cold AI winter. Grand promises faded as machines failed to understand language or hold conversations. Early translation systems turned phrases into gibberish, exposing the limits of thinking machines. The real problem wasn't code, it was the immense difficulty of common sense. To understand language, a machine needed to understand the world. Disappointment set in, funding was slashed, labs closed, and AI research nearly froze. But this winter wasn't wasted. Researchers became more realistic, focusing on smaller, solvable problems. Expert systems emerged, programs with deep knowledge in narrow domains. It was a retreat from the dream of general intelligence, but a necessary one. The winter taught humility and the value of building from the ground up. Each small success laid the foundation for future breakthroughs. Sometimes, progress means surviving the cold and learning from it. The AI winter was a season of reflection and quiet resilience. Out of the AI winter, new ideas took root. The perceptron's failure led to the birth of deep neural networks, adding more layers to overcome old limitations. Decades later, with enough computing power, deep learning finally worked. Suddenly, machines could recognize faces, understand speech, and solve problems that once seemed impossible. The lessons from failed translation systems inspired statistical methods, feeding computers vast amounts of text to learn language patterns. Modern translation tools like Google Translate were born from these failures. Even expert systems taught the field the value of data. The more knowledge a machine has, the smarter it becomes. Today's AI, from movie recommendations to self-driving cars, is built on this principle. The crucible of failure forged the practical power of information. Every advance is rooted in lessons learned from what didn't work. The ghosts of the past became the seeds of a new spring. Progress came not from avoiding failure, but from embracing and learning from it. The future of AI was shaped by the wisdom of its winters. Why does this secret history matter? Because AI's story is about us, our ambitions, blind spots, and ability to learn. Today we're in another golden age of AI, with grand promises and soaring optimism. But the ghosts of the past whisper, be humble. Progress is fragile, and the path is full of unforeseen obstacles. Early researchers thought intelligence was a simple summit, but it's a vast, uncharted mountain range. Understanding past missteps helps us navigate the future. The AI in your pocket is built on the foundations of spectacular failures. Each feature is a monument to perseverance through long winters. The secret history of AI is a story of resilience. Dead ends aren't the end. They're opportunities to ask better questions. As long as we remember the lessons of the past, the quest will continue. The universe of the mind is vast and our exploration has only just begun.